Welcome to All About Albemarle, the segment where we talk about the things that matter to the people who live, work, and play in the city of Albemarle. I'm David Fath, the Communications Director for the city, and joining me today is our City Manager, Michael Ferris, soon to be retiring City Manager. One more week to go for you, Michael.
Yeah, it's hard to believe that after a long career, and which you've always worked for, at some point it comes to an end, but everyone gets there in their career, and here I am.
Well, today we kind of wanted to talk about your career and some of the big accomplishments for the city. Just as some background, so you've been with the city since 1995. You've been city manager for the past 9 years, and in that profession, that's pretty rare to go 9 years in one place. The lifespan's a lot less. What do you think? What do you attribute the longevity of your career to?
Well, I'd like to think that skill had a lot to play in my success or my longevity. This is what I've always wanted to do, or I've known for quite a while this is what I wanted to do. And coming to the city of Albemarle many years ago, I found that it's a great organization with plenty of challenges, plenty of work to be done. And we've got tremendous people that work here. And, this is now where I live. This is where my son was born. I'm raising my family, and this is home for me. And I've just been dedicated to Albemarle and never thought about going anywhere else.
Let's talk a little bit about accomplishments. Is there one that you would say over the course of your career that maybe you're most proud of?
I think for me, for the organization, I'm really proud of the organization that we've built, the quality of people that we have in the city of Albemarle. I'll hear people say, well, it's just Albemarle. And I think when you're close to something, you take that for granted. But I don't think a lot of people, I think they stop and think about it, they realize it, but just on a daily basis, don't stop to think that this is big business. This is a large organization. We have 300 employees. We have an $82 million a year budget. Things we do affect people's lives on a daily basis. We provide critical services such as police, fire. We provide clean drinking water, treat wastewater. We provide electricity, plan for the future of the city, economic development activities. So this is a big business, and I've been really proud of how we've been able to recruit and retain and develop our employees to serve our city and our citizens, to keep the organization and the community moving forward. And I think people would be very impressed to really know the quality of individuals that we have in our organization.
Yeah, people, that's an important part of anything, the most important part of what we do. Let's talk also about projects. Okay. That's something that's maybe the most visible in the community. What are some of the projects that you really feel have made a difference for the people of Albemarle?
Sure. So some of the things, speaking on a broad scale, that we've done is we've really enhanced and secured and bolstered the reliability of our electric system, our water system. We've had a big focus on economic development, downtown development. And so those have been just some high-level areas that we've really focused on to try to improve the community and things that projects that have made a difference.
Now, let's talk a little bit about the approach to economic development. We know that's a key element in any community. It's something that our community survey has shown that people have told us loud and clear they want career opportunities. And I want to talk specifically about a project that you really drove, which was the Albemarle Business Center. Talk about the impact of that and the work to make that happen.
Right. So in having a economically sound and strong community, it takes all aspects. There's jobs and there's needs for everyone. Not everyone has the same skill, the same jobs, the same needs. And one area where we've, as a community, have needed to bolster is in the area of career jobs, manufacturing, the jobs that provide the employers that provide jobs for a large number of folks. So many years ago, the city embarked on the initiative to develop, secure land and then develop the Albemarle Business Center. And that project is currently under construction and slated to wrap up in just the next few weeks. It was discussed last night at the city council meeting as a significant project, and that the area where that's being developed is Henson Street south, below Walmart, and running over to the old Business 52.
So another project I want to talk about, people may not realize the role the city played in the Pfeiffer University project in downtown. That is a huge accomplishment for Albemarle, and it benefits not just the city, but Pfeiffer as well. What do you want people to know about that project?
Right. So when people hear about a particular project, people have different feelings about it. But the reason the Pfeiffer project, just by way of example, an example of how beneficial any economic development activity is it's one piece of the puzzle. And so, for example, the Pfeiffer project, we'll focus on the project, but there are many benefits to it. As you said, it benefited the city. It benefits Pfeiffer University. What it's done for the city is help our strategy for economic development. It was one of our three prongs of overall economic development strategies for the city. So the way it helped the downtown is you want to have a downtown. We have always had a downtown that was had a really good infrastructure. We had a good core of the downtown. So that allowed us to focus on building a sense of place, strengthening the sense of community within the downtown. So just the fact of having a new building downtown, people come into the downtown and they see whether they know what the building is or not. That stands out probably as a newer construction. It gives people the sense that something's happening here. We have the students that create the foot traffic in the downtown, and as a result, you get the vibrancy and energy that you want in any city, and specifically within a downtown.
And there's a number of other examples of downtown vitality that's improved under your leadership, and things like the Albemarle Hotel project. That coming online in just the last 2 years. First in Main becoming revitalized. Just the streetscape plan, the new signage, and as you've stated this a lot, creating a sense of place for downtown.
Right. So that is when people think about your city. A lot of cities have similarities with bypasses and the suburbs of the city. But when people imagine or picture their community, they really most often picture the downtown and as the heart of the community, and that's why it's one critical element of our community and economic development.
These projects don't just happen. It takes a lot of work and planning, and one of the things that you've really driven, especially in the last few years here, would be the City of Albemarle strategic plan. We talk about it a lot. What do you want people to know about that strategic plan?
Well, first of all, that it's an active living plan. Like any organization, and the reason it's critical is every organization has a finite amount of money. It means you've got a limited amount of money. You've got to make decisions. So as a community, as a city, we have a lot of great projects ahead of us, but we only have the ability to address so many at a time. So we have to make decisions about where we're going, which projects come first, how we're going to finance those, and lay out an order in which we're going to tackle those projects. So when you develop the strategic plan, you go through a process that develops that plan, that the participants are involved. That's the staff, the city council, the public at large helped inform that strategic plan by participating in 2 recent community surveys. So we developed the plan. So that allows us the tool to then communicate with the public and also within the organization with each other as to what the priorities are, which projects are going to come first, which second, and what our priorities are, and how we're going to use our limited resources on a strategic basis.
Let's talk about the future now. What do you see as the future for the city of Albemarle?
Well, I see a lot of positives in our future, a lot of the things that we've already discussed, economic development, community vitality. But I think overall, I think we're going to continue to see the interest in Albemarle that we're seeing from outside the city limits and outside Stanley County. The quality of life we can offer, the way of life, our affordability, those are things that are very attractive to people. So I think the city has got to continue to do what we have been doing, which is plan for adequate infrastructure growth, to provide the services, to provide the quality of life, to keep up the quality of life, and to enhance those areas like we have been. So infrastructure means water, sewer, roads, personnel to support the obvious personnel to support those people. And we think about maybe some of the obvious ones being police and fire, but there's a lot of back office support that has to also be beefed up and bolstered to support everybody else. So I think growth within our community is going to come. We have to manage it, and I think we've been doing a good job of that, but we need to continue to make that a focus.
Michael, you've had an incredible impact on the community in the course of a 30-year career, and I think it was really highlighted last night I want to congratulate you on receiving the Order of the Longleaf Pine. For
Thank you.
those who aren't aware, that is the highest honor bestowed by the state's governor's office. And I just kind of wanted to get your thoughts on receiving that honor. I know it was a surprise for you last night.
Sure. Well, last night, as we were talking coming over, was really tremendous. I mean, it was just overwhelming, the kind things that were said and the support that I received. But specifically, the Order of the Longleaf Pine, that was a surprise. And as it was being read and it became aware to me that that's what was going on, that was really touching, and I really appreciate it. What went through my mind was my parents, who are no longer with us. I just really thought about what was happening, and had they been there, what their reaction would have been to what I've been able to achieve in my career with the support of many, many other people. My sister was there, my wife and son. And so I was just really proud, and I just really thought, my thoughts went to my parents.
Well, Michael, again, I just wanted to say thank you on behalf of our community, the people in our organization, for all that you've done to make Albemarle a better place. And there's no doubting that Albemarle is a better place because you've been part of it. So thank you for that.
Well, thank you very much, David. And I just want to again say thanks to everyone that allowed me to hold this position, to put their trust and support in me, and that worked with me, and that we all worked collaboratively to achieve what we have been able to do.
All right. Thank you again, Michael, and best wishes in retirement. We hope to see you around here. That is all the time we have this week for All About Albemarle. For Michael Ferris, I'm David Fath. Thanks for listening.